Getting support for your son or daughter in their academics. This is Jason Ursino from Learning Space, and I'm driving to school. Now just picture this. You got something wrong with your car and you need to get your car fixed. You take them to a place where you've heard, oh yeah, this place here looks good in terms of fixing cars. You take them there, and when you speak to the person that works there, they admit to you that they're not a qualified mechanic. And they did it pretty good at school, they're pretty smart, but they haven't done any qualifications in mechanic, they just know cars or they grew up with cars. Would you think secondly about having your car fixed there? The mechanic's not a qualified mechanic. Is that okay? Absolutely not. You would not trust someone that just knows cars. You would want someone that is a qualified mechanic. And if they're experienced, that's even better. Now let's think about something happening to your health. So you go to a doctor, or you think they're a doctor, and then they admit to you that they don't have any medical qualifications. They just had a hobby in knowing the body, or they just did pretty well at school. They got 99% in their HSC, and they're doing accounting at uni, but because they did so well in chemistry and biology, they thought that they could just diagnose you with some drugs. Would you trust them? Of course you wouldn't, because they're not a qualified doctor. So when it comes to your child's life with their academics and their future, it's very interesting to me that people trust non-qualified teachers to do their tutoring. If you have a situation where your son or daughter is not doing very well with their maths or with their English, and you feel that you need to get extra support, a lot of people seem to think it's okay just to get someone that was good at school but don't have any real qualifications in teaching children or have real experience in teaching children. As a teacher, I can tell you that with many years of experience of teaching children and with a qualification of teaching, there are certain things that make you as a teacher more than someone that is just very good at the HSC. If you know the content, that does not mean that you can teach the content. The other thing is teachers also have to do an ongoing professional development. They are obligated to constantly learn about teaching. And the third thing is they are passionate about teaching. Teaching is their entire life. It's their vocation. If you get someone that's a uni student who is studying IT or engineering or medical science and they're tutoring your child, they are doing it just for a little bit of extra cash on the side. They are not doing it because they're passionate about teaching. They are not doing it because it's something that they love to do and they get fulfillment out of it. And that will come through in the tutoring. I get many calls coming in for tutoring, mainly after they've tried getting a uni student who is not a qualified teacher. And there's one of two things that happen. One, they either say, oh, we've had this student and they were very smart, but they just couldn't teach my child. They didn't get them. That was one. As a teacher, it's important to have a relationship with the student where you can connect, and that's how you can then teach. The second one is, I had a uni student as a tutor. They were very good. They were learning, but they're going on their gap year now, and they're going overseas, or they're going now into their field that they love, and therefore they're stopping the tutoring. So the tutoring ends up being a very temporary thing because it's not their life passion. It's not something that they're going to want to do all the time. So when you are looking for a tutor for your son or daughter, think about looking for a teacher, someone that is dedicated to teaching, someone that is qualified and experienced in teaching, and someone who has a serious passion for teaching. If you like my videos, there are more of them at learningspace.net.au/driving to school, and have a good day. So when putting together a